What's up, Party Chat Sports? Welcome back to the channel. Caleb Gill here doing another solo mock draft. We are only a few weeks away from the 2026 NFL draft. So today, another team mock is going up on the feed for you. We are going to feature the Cleveland Browns here. And, why Cleveland Browns? Well, one, for starters, where we are located, we're only a couple hours away from Cleveland. So I figured location-wise that made sense. But also, there's some interesting discussions on what the Browns could do in the first round. They have two first round draft picks. And if you go back to actually our most recent mock draft, I had the Cleveland Browns and we did trades in that mock draft, walked away out of that draft with three first round picks. So there's a lot, there will be no trades in this one, but just to get the idea of the Browns being an intriguing team to watch, especially night one of this year's NFL draft. So wanted to, play around with this a little bit. And I did some mock drafts to kind of get a gauge of like what the board might feel like, which is going to help shape what I'm going to do here tonight for this Cleveland Browns mock draft. So we're going to share this screen, share, and we are going to hop right into the PFF simulator, which is what we've been doing. And interesting decision. So the Titans make things easier for us by taking Francis Mwaga at 4. If you're the Browns here, going into the draft, you have to walk out. I think you have to walk out of the first round with a starting wide receiver and a starting offensive lineman. Mwaga is really, or Maui Noah, sorry. Francis Maui Noah is really the only tackle that you kind of consider there at 6. But I was playing around with the simulator, and if Maui Noah was there, I still don't know if I would take a tackle. Just because the way the board plays out, the Browns' future pick at pick 24, it's pretty late in the first round. And when you look at the wide receivers that are available, Carnell Tate's definitely going to be gone. Mekhi Lemon, Jordan Tyson, Omar Cooper probably all gone. So you're looking at Denzel Boston, maybe Casey Concepcion there at 24, where offensive linemen, you can target guys like, if you like Caden Proctor, Ianicher. I keep butchering the Arizona State tackle's name, but Ianicher, I think is how you pronounce it. Could be wrong. Who knows how far Monroe Freeling falls, if you like Blake Miller. I like the tackles later in this first round more than I do the wide receivers that will be there. So with the 6th overall pick in the NFL draft, this is pretty much chalk, it feels like at this point. We've done this multiple times. We've talked about Carnell Tate versus Jordan Tyson. In one of our, I think, mock draft 2.0, it was either 1.0 or 2.0 for this year. Dylan had the Browns taking Carnell Tate. So that's what we're going to do here at 6. It's going to be Carnell Tate, wide receiver out of Ohio State. Keep him in the state of Ohio. And we're going to see how the rest of this first round shakes up. And again, you see some of those tackles coming off the board, but you also see some of those wide receivers. And this is exactly why I took wide receiver now. Look, Omar Cooper, gone. Jordan Tyson, gone. Mekhi Lemon, gone. You would have risked Denzel. I mean, you can like Denzel Boston. I just don't know if I prefer him in the second round. But we are going to go. You could maybe a Jermon McCoy. Should probably address corner at some point in this draft. But tackle and Vega seem to be the two consensus picks. Is Vega gone here in this scenario? Yeah, Vega's already gone. So to the Bengals? What the hell? But Ianicher. Or Ianicher. We're taking the Arizona State tackle. He's going to plug a hole. The Browns have done a decent job of trying to fix up the offensive line. They've added some pieces, but they still need guys up front. It doesn't matter who's playing quarterback. You need the offensive line to be better. So we're going to take the Arizona State tackle here. You already got your starting wide receiver. We're going to fix the offensive line. I just like the value of the way this played out more than if you would have gone Maui Noah and then a wide receiver here at 24. So we're going to take Ianicher here out of Arizona State. And then let's see how we look at pick 39. Colton Hood is the first guy I'm looking at. Best player on the board. Uh, Running a lot of these simulators. Corner is a guy. Avion Terrell is a common guy here. Could go interior offensive lineman potentially. I don't. It looks like Pregnon's gone, so probably wouldn't go that route. I think here's what we're narrowing it down to. We're narrowing it down to Colton Hood and Ty Simpson. Here, if Ty Simpson falls to you at 39, you could take him and put him in a quarterback battle with Shador Sanders and Deshaun the Pervert Watson. It's an interesting scenario here. You don't pick again until pick 70. I like Colton Hood. 79.2 overall grade. Had a pass coverage grade of 80.3. I mean, doesn't really pick the ball off a lot, though. It just feels like here at pick 39, Ty Simpson, this is the value pick for Ty Simpson. If you're going to take a quarterback, if you're the Browns and you're going to take a quarterback, right here feels like the right spot. His average ADP here on PFF is 37. So you're taking him around that ADP. You could probably get a decent corner later. I mean, if we just eliminate quarterback and we're just focus on corner around that pick 70 mark, you could get guy out of Ohio State. Keontae Scott potentially could fall. I mean, corner is one that obviously you want starting. You can find some of those later occasionally. Ty Simpson here, because he's a quarterback, because you don't know what you have in Shador or Gabriel or the Perv, we're going to go Ty Simpson and see if Todd Monken can get anything out of somebody in that quarterback room. I mean, somebody's got to start, right? You have four guys again. Browns fans, sorry about that. All right, here pick 70. You could go another wide receiver, Elijah Surratt. Probably, we're not the biggest fans of him, all in all. You could start, I mean, Josiah Trotter out of Missouri, interior offensive line, and Kalen Rutledge, Max Clare, tight end out of Ohio State. Probably wouldn't go there because you just took Fannin out of Bowling Green last year, so that one doesn't really make a lot of sense. I'm not going to trade. What corners are available here? I mean, you're going to need a corner. So Chandler Rivers, good overall grade in 2024. Passer rating, interesting. He's a 5'10". He's a smaller guy. Devin Moore, 6'3". So longer corner. I'll tell you what, though. With the new defensive coordinator coming from Robert Saleh's system, the size doesn't necessarily mean much. Saleh had DJ Reed, who's a short corner starting on the outside. And then he also had Sauce Gardner starting on the outside as well, a long, lengthy corner. They just want guys that can play ball in that defense. 6'1", Dalen Everett. Only one interception, though. Not the greatest overall grade. We're going to go Devin Moore, cornerback out of Florida here at pick 70. I just like the size a little bit more. The 6'3" over the 5'10" corner there. Drew Aller to the Steelers. That's interesting. Here in round 3. All right, round 4. Garrett Nussmeier, top of the board there. Obviously not going to go another quarterback. Can't do that again. Deontay Lawson, your defensive coordinator, is a linebacker coach by trade. But I do like going offensive line. So let's narrow this down. Interior offensive line and linebacker. So if we're looking at the offensive line, we might try targeting Bo Stevens there with pick 146. Could probably get some decent value there. I think I'm going to go offensive lineman at pick 146. Right now, we're going to take linebacker Deontay Lawson out of Alabama. Continue to add to the depth of the linebacker room here in the fourth round. Nussmeier to the Lions would be interesting. I actually wouldn't hate that. Let's see how the board continues to break. All right. So, offensive line wise, it doesn't look like it broke the way we necessarily wanted it to, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. I like Isaiah World out of Oregon. It's kind of what I'm eyeballing. What's the analysis? Quarterback. See, we already took a quarterback, so we're not going to take another one. You could go Tim Keenan. I do that. I pick that player a lot. But we're going to go Isaiah World out of Oregon here at pick 146. And then at pick 149, you could probably use a backup running back for behind Judkins. And then it's just a matter of, do you prefer Nicholas Singleton or Allen? And let's see. Let's look at Allen's stats real quick. I mean, he was the guy that was getting the bulk of the carries. I like Allen a little bit more. We're going to take Allen here. The fifth round for the Browns. Add another running back to that room. You know, with Todd Monken, they're going to want to run the ball. So running backs are going to get fed a lot in that offense, I believe, for the Browns. We're still waiting for pick 206. Speaking of which, you could add a fullback if you really wanted to. Running back is a common position here. Matt Golbin out of Michigan State, continue to build the depth of the offensive line. That's actually what we're going to do. We're going to take Golbin out of Michigan State. And then we have one more pick in the seventh round to wrap up this Browns mock draft. And just seeing the board break out, Vincent Anthony's one that I usually take a lot. What do a lot of people do? Tight end, linebacker. Okay. Right now, it's just who's your favorite player left on the board. More than likely, they're not even going to make the opening day roster. What's the size? I mean, you could take the shorter cornerback here, Devontae Smith, Sierra Wright, potentially, if you want another corner, 6-foot guy. I mean, here's who we've taken so far. We've taken corner, linebacker, couple offensive linemen. I think we go defense here. So let's just start grabbing defensive players that we could pop. Oop, come on, stupid mouse. Edge. Okay. Yeah, it's just who do you like? And there's really no one in particular that's catching my eye. So we'll probably just go best player available here at pick 248. Actually, let's go Sierra Wright, the corner out of Nebraska. And that's going to wrap it up here for your 2026 Cleveland Browns mock draft. Let's take a quick glance over as PFF grades this draft. I thought it was decent. You know, the Ty Simpson pick is the one that's going to be the most intriguing. Do you actually take Ty Simpson if you're the Browns? And I did. I did, clearly. So, what did PFF give us? An overall draft grade of B. Carnell Tate, wide receiver. Maui Noah was not there at pick 6. But even if Maui Noah was there with the 6th overall pick, I'm pretty sure I still would have taken Carnell Tate. Because like I elaborated on at the beginning, you look at the way where different players were ranked in this draft. You had the wide receivers were a little bit more top heavy, and they were going to be gone by the time you got to pick 24. Where offensive linemen, they were going to be kind of spread out throughout that first round. You were going to be able to get a very good offensive lineman there at pick 24 and a very good wide receiver at pick 6. So just go that route. But if Maui Noah is there, I could definitely see a world where the Browns turn that card in for Maui Noah and then just see what wide receiver falls to them at 24. The way it looks, it's probably going to be like a Denzel Boston or a Casey Concepcion, which could be fine. But I would prefer Carnell Tate and the Arizona State tackle Ian Archer, Ian Archer over a Maui Noah and a Denzel Boston or Casey Concepcion draft. You get to round 2 and you're faced with an interesting decision. Do you take Ty Simpson? Do you take Colton Hood is the corner that was available for us there? Go quarterback. See if you can find somebody. It's going to be a loaded quarterback room. You're going to have the perv. You're going to have uh, the son of prime time. You're going to have the short lefty, and then you're going to have Ty Simpson. It's an interesting quarterback room. Can somebody emerge and just be serviceable for the Browns? So Ty Simpson to the Browns. Devin Moore, PFF's not a fan of that, but they could use a corner. Devin Moore there at pick 70. Deontay Lawson, linebacker out of Alabama. And then we start going back to the offense. Isaiah World, tackle with the offensive line depth. Katrin Allen, the running back depth. This team's going to run the football a lot. Matt Golban for interior O-line depth. And then wrapping up the 7th round, Sierra Wright, the corner out of Nebraska. So that is the Cleveland Browns mock draft for this year. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know what you would have done instead. Would you prefer the Browns go Colton Hood over Ty Simpson? I think that was the most intriguing. The way the board fell, that was the one that I struggled the most with. Was pick 39, what did the Browns do? Did the Browns actually pull the trigger on a quarterback? Or are they going to let it ride in the offseason with Deshaun and Shador? So that's interesting. Definitely something to think about and consider for the Browns. So let me know your thoughts. We're going to try getting more of these team mock drafts up. I think Drew is going to try getting a Cardinals one, and we'll see. I'll get a Jets one up at some point. We only got a couple more weeks left before the NFL draft, so we're trying to get out as much content as possible. Make sure you're staying tuned to the feed at Party Chat Sports, following us on Twitter or X, on TikTok. We're on YouTube, and we are wherever you get your podcasts. So subscribe, like, follow, all the good stuff. Until next time, peace.